And so, Sean, you come to Australia with a printer and a computer and
Sheila.
need to figure out how to make a living. And you are
Yes.
calling 200 people. And then
Yeah.
finally, one of them says, okay, I need Santa Claus. And you start getting a job and you go like, wow, the money here is a lot better. So what's the next thing? It's like, okay, will I design a course? Like, how did you make the jump from, hey, let me create cartoons for you to online marketing?
Didn't do online marketing. I did offline marketing. I went and worked as a freelancer when we first moved to New Zealand, and so I would meet with clients and I would help them with their marketing, and I was very raw, as very unsure of myself. I was pretty sure that someone would tap me on the shoulder and said, "Okay, now you know these three things, and we already know these three things, and your time is up." Uh, I used to work with a sofa store, and I would say, okay, we're gonna do a big strategy on Friday, and that was because on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I was going to this conference, and I thought, not unusually, as you can see, that I thought that this was magic. That if I went to a conference on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, on Thursday I could work out the strategy, on Friday I could solve their problem. So it, that's kind of how it started, but the internet bit wasn't really about sales because a lot of people, almost nobody was selling anything on the internet. You have to remember, this is like 2 or 3 years after Google started. This is before YouTube, before Facebook, before a lot of things.
Wow.
I mean, Amazon would have just been quite young, maybe 4 or 5, 6 years old, and still selling books, just books. So it was, we were just writing articles online and posting it. And I had this site which was really badly named. Again, you can see the mindset of the beginner. I called it $1 million. So that's something that we are so far away from, as in we would not subscribe to someone who was all hypey and stuff. But that was it. That was the mindset that I had at the start. And this site was in like, it had frames, so Google couldn't index it. It was in 6 point, which is almost impossible to read on the computer.
Right.
And if you wanted to subscribe, you had to scroll right down to the bottom. And there was a link which said subscribe here, and it wasn't even blue, it was just underlined. And 1,000 people found it. They found that link because they read the articles. And when they read the articles, they said, this is getting me a result. And to this day, that's what I tell people, that even though the website couldn't be found by Google, even though it had really bad fonts, it was really small fonts, hard to find the subscribe button, what people will do is once they find, oh, wait, this restaurant is so cool, they serve this really good food, which is this result, then they will track you down. You don't have to do as much.
Yeah.
Your job is to provide the great meal, and that's what we did. Week after week, we would write. No, actually, I used to write once every 15 days because writing was such a struggle back then. It would take me 3 days to write, and so that's it. So it would take me so long to write that I would write once every 15 days, once every 20 days, and then after that, it became more frequent. I actually got better at writing because I started writing more frequently, which is where the membership site came in. I started the membership site, I'm jumping a little here, but
Yeah.
I started the membership site, and I was part of another membership site where the guy would write three, 4 or 5 articles every week, small articles, but I thought, okay, that's the norm, and so I will write 5 articles a week. And they were small articles, but I would write them every week. I took some contributions from existing clients. So somebody would write on search engine, somebody would write on something else, which I knew nothing about. And we put them in the website. And when I was writing one article every 15 days, I would struggle. And when I was writing one article a day, 4 or 5,000 BC, my writing got really good. So
Practice makes perfect, huh? Who the funk?
Yeah. maybe if you want to look at it that way. Yeah, but it was more a factor of I have to finish this, and so you find efficiencies. And this is true for today as well. I mean, when people say, I don't know what to do on social media, it's like, no, it's not social media. You're either on YouTube, or either on Instagram, or either on something, and you have to figure out how to make that work for you. So we figured out how to write articles at high speed, how to create headlines that get people's attention. You have to figure these things out, and if you're going to do 6 things at a time, it's not going to work. It's much harder. It's much harder.